Hello, welcome back, or welcome if you're here for the first time. So today our theme is summer traditions. So I am armed with lemon essential oil and I have peppermint. Peppermint is very cooling to the body. We are going to do some movement and that represents the summer energy, very active movement. And then we're also going to work with a cool down today so that you can find some grace and ease and calm for yourself today. So I'm going to start with lemon. And what else does the summer mean for you? For me, there is heightened activity and there is possibly a sense of more free time. I can remember being in school and the summer was always something that I very much looked forward to. So I invite you to think of something that you look forward to, whether or not it's in the summer or the winter or any time around the year. Go ahead and inhale, bring your palms to your nose. And exhale, letting that go. Starting to tune deeply into the breath in the body. Inhale. And exhale. And then this one, we're going to do a slightly bigger breath. So starting low down, and I want you to fill both out, left and right, and front and back, and up and down. Go ahead and inhale. And when you can't take in any more breath, take in one more sip, and then exhale, let that go. So with the heat, we're gonna move, but we're not gonna like jump up and down and do jumping jacks. So let's just start, separate your feet and roll your wrists. And start to move side to side, move left and right. You can swing a little bit. You can bring your arms up over your head and sort of cascade them down like a waterfall. Starting to tune in, noticing any areas of the body that feel tight or constricted. Roll over onto the tops of each foot. And roll over. Look at my feet. I'm going on the edge of one and the inside of the other foot. Just starting to balance some of the energies, awaken the body. And then come up on the toes and the toes. One more time. Cool. All right, step hips with distance or a little bit wider. And we're going to do an exercise that is from Aroma Yoga. Tracy Griffiths, founder of Aroma Yoga. I am an Aroma Yoga teacher. So the water exercise, summer for me, like I said, is like splashing around in pools. And so we want to move the water in the body. There's a lot of water in the body. I was saying that I think it's about 90%. That's what I heard most recently. So we want to make sure that those channels are opening and that the water is flowing. We don't want stagnant water. Yuck. So in here we have a joint that we want to move fluid through. And so we're going to raise our hips and raise our knees. And we're going to just sit and bend. And where's your breath? And then again, raise your knees. And if you want to take this more slowly or slower, then I invite you to do that. Summer has a lot of heat. There's sort of a fast energy. There's a lot of light during the summer. So there's more activity very often, unless you're a night owl. And so we're starting to elevate our heart rate, and that's good. You can sort of go for opposite knees here with your hands. And your chin is down so that your back is long. And then again, just sitting here, bouncing and sitting. And you can go as low or as shallow as you'd like to. And then just come to stillness. Bring your feet directly under your hips and inhale your oil. And exhale, let the palms come down. Settle into your body, tune into your body. Notice how you feel differently now than when we started this a few minutes ago. Invite softness into everywhere and see what that feels like to you. There's a difference between softness and collapse. So softness is ease, meaning any areas that are gripping, I'm going to invite them to let go. And then collapsing is, right, like a sinking and just sort of, It's not mindful. So easefulness and softness is a mindfulness. It actually allows me to tune in more deeply. So pull your energy back a little bit, sit back into your heels a little bit, and then see if you can soften your leg muscles just a little bit more. And we're gonna roll the neck and head. So choose a side and then bring your ear to that shoulder. So what is your thing that you look forward to? And maybe it's something that you do every day. It doesn't have to be only in the summer or only a certain time of year, but maybe it's, my goodness, maybe it's these videos. That would be cool. All right, we're gonna step out to the side a little bit wider and adjust your wardrobe as necessary. And we're gonna sit into our heels or ground your feet completely. And then I want us to push to the sides a little bit. So we're stretching and we're adjusting and stretching in a way that we might not throughout the rest of our day. And I want us to inhale, scoop the arms wide and up, straighten your legs, look up, cinching the ribs in. Inhale, a little bit deeper, and then bring your palms together and just bring them down through center. We're gonna do that again. Exhale all the way. Bend the knees, inhale, scoop out and up. Looking up, ribs are in, tailbone is dropped. Feet are grounded and gripping at the floor, and then bring the palms together and bring them down through center. Let them come down to the side. And then just shake it out. Walk your feet closer together. And breathe. Settle into yourself right here, right now. Maybe this is the time for you during your day that you have this time for yourself. And maybe this is the only time that you really take for yourself. So really be here. We're going to do tree. Well, because in the summer, trees are very vibrant and in full bloom. So you can, depending on how your balance is, depending on your flexibility, we are going to lean over to one side, and then you can either put the other foot at its ankle, its neighbor's ankle. You can put it under the knee. You can put it in the middle of the thigh, okay? Find out what works for you. And breathe here. Before you try and do anything else, breathe here. And I challenge you, close your eyes, even for a half second. Notice how that impacts your balance. Much more difficult to do with our eyes closed. But what it does is it brings a greater awareness to our body when we close our eyes. So make fine-tune adjustments. All right? Bring your palms together at heart center. And pick a spot to look at on the floor or somewhere in front of you. And make sure the back of your neck is long and your spine is tall. And then grow up like a tree. Grow your arms up and out. And breathe here. Find ease, right? Check in and find out where there are areas of tension. If you fall out, come back in. And then the last piece, if you want to, just raise your eyes, looking up towards the sky. Breathing here. Find a nice calm breath. See if you can relax any muscles, right? Are you gripping the glute on either side? And then bring your hands together, and then you can let that go. Just walk left, right, taking a summer stroll, and we're gonna do the other side, okay? So find what your tree looks like today, here, up here, okay? Find your balance. Again, if you fall out, come back in. and breathe here. Once you get your body into a position, you want to find a little bit of stillness there and ease before you add anything else to it. And that's sort of the truer test of how well you can do the pose, right? It's one thing to like muscle through and hold a ton of tension and then break and fall out of it. But can you get in it and can you stay in it and can you find ease and grace within it? Bring your hands to palm, bring your palms together at heart center. Can you find ease and grace when you speak? That's my challenge sometimes. And that's okay. I have to accept that, right? The more I embrace that, then I don't have to feel shame and guilt around it. I'm working on that piece. All right. Now, breathe your oils. I've got some nice lemon. And then raise your branches, grow your branches. Can you soften your shoulders? Right? Can you pull them down your back? Raise your eyeballs if you want that. You can even raise your head a little bit. But your spine is long. You're stretching up to the sky as well as rooting down into the ground. Guess what? Just like a tree. And then bring them to palm center and down and walk it out. So a tree is a super great analogy for most of yoga, for most of body work, for most of energy work, martial arts, life awareness. When we look at our trees, we realize they're only as strong up as they are down, right? So we have to be super grounded in order to elevate up, right? If our trees don't have good roots and strong roots and broad roots, then they're not secure. All right. Let's stretch a little bit. We've warmed up a lot. We're going to stretch some of the lower body, and then we're going to do some Tai Chi, some energy. So the sun, just follow along here and do as much or as little as you want here. So in the summer, we know that there is a lot of sun. The days are long, at least here in this part of the world. And there's a lot of sort of heat, right? Now, heat for our body, you can let that side go. I was massaging my foot. Let's do the other side. And again, massage your foot. Heat in the body, depending on what tradition you're studying, in Ayurveda, it is digestive fire, right? And it's called Agni, A-G-N-I. So your digestive fire, right, is going to be your solar plexus and then down into your digestive organs. And the solar plexus, the color is yellow. So I'm using lemon oil, which is also yellow. Take your feet wide, and we're going to just side to side. And now into figure eights, starting to get a little bit more of a flow. So digestive fire, heat, solar plexus, third chakra. This is also your seat of personal power. So there's a lot of energy behind action at this point in the year. Again, because the days are longer, we do more. We tend to do more. There's more hours of daylight. So you definitely want to balance that, and that's why something like peppermint is really good for cooling down. So if you have peppermint, go ahead and grab it. I'm going to get mine. And now we're going to work a little bit on cooling down or sort of containing the energy. So the peppermint, bring up to your face and inhale, and it comes into the body in a very different way. Well, I mean, it's still coming through the nose and we're still breathing it in, and it's still going to our limbic system, which passes our blood-brain barrier when we inhale. So it's going directly to the brain, but it's very cooling, and you can feel it in the nostrils, in the nasal cavities. You can feel it in the mouth and down the throat and, you know, into your respiratory system. So when you feel warm, that's a good thing to do. In conjunction with this, something else from Ayurveda, you can do a cooling breath. So I want to offer this to you if you're outside and you're working or you're hot or you're whatever you're doing. When you sort of start to feel too hot, you're going to curl your tongue. Hopefully most of you are able to do that. And when you breathe through your tongue in that way, that's cooling to the body. So when you add that on top of having peppermint oil, you'll feel the body cool down. You can rub whatever remains on your hands on the back of your neck. Another good way to cool down. You can use, I feel the peppermint in here when I breathe, you can use a drop of it on a wet washcloth, right? And put that around your neck or on your wrists. So a lot of good ways to combat the heat, so to speak, in these summer months. I'm so cool that I actually just got goosebumps, which are really called truth bumps. Okay, so here we go. We're going to work with a little bit of Tai Chi. And for those of you who have done this before, your dantian, right, is just below your belly button. And you want to find your dantian, and you want it to point directly out from the center. So check in with your pelvis and align it so that it is parallel to the floor. And then find your figure 8 there, right? And again, your hips aren't swaying a lot. And then we're going to step into a Tai Chi stance. So put one foot forward and the other foot back. And you'll notice I'm not on a tightrope, right? I'm not on a railroad track. I'm a little bit wider so I have a solid base. And I need to be stable in both my front and my back. So let's just play with that, moving the weight forward and back, and adjust your stance so that it is most comfortable and stabilizing for you. So really, these are all invitations to tune into yourself and your body. So I'm just moving here. And you want it to be, if anybody has watched capoeira or other martial arts, you notice that there's a fluidity and that there's a grace and that the movement never really stops. So even if I say like go forward and go back, I'm not asking you to have distinct, discrete movements in that way, but language is a little bit limited, and so there is a fluidity in the movement forward and the movement backwards, but try not to start and stop. Make it continual. And breathe. All right. I'm getting a little bit of a crack in my ankle here. It likes whatever I'm doing. It sort of feels like a massage for the body. All right, and then just pull that foot back and you'll be in a little bit of a V here, which is perfect position for dragging the other foot forward. And then adjust how you like, get comfortable, sit a little bit. And then also begin to move forward and back in a fluid, continual, perpetual motion. We're in perpetual motion anyway, so there's not much we can do to stop that, really. And breathe. If you have your peppermint oil on the next inhale, bring your palms up to your face and breathe in. And then let that go. So cooling down. So cooling down in the summer, slow down is a great way to initiate a cool down. And then again, you can curl your tongue for that cooling breath. And slow down your breath and add peppermint oil is really a nice way to flavor your water, give you good breath. Peppermint is good for digestion, okay? And then just slowly drag that other foot back. Find yourself in a V. Find your body tall and long. Now, don't lock out anywhere, so tune in and see, I notice this leg is gripping. Can I soften it? And just invite that. So finding that fluidity. One more. Bring your palms up to your face and inhale. And then stretch them up tall, cinching the ribs in. My spine is long. I am grounded and I'm reaching up like a tree. Root to rise. Looking up. And then let the palms float out to the side. And then we'll do a couple of more. You're going to reach down. You're going to bring the earth energy up through the body and then reach up to the sky energy. Inhale and then do it in reverse. Bringing that energy down all the way. And then step the feet a little bit wider, scoop more as you bend down, inhaling, and then reach out and up, and then cascade down through center. So calming down the body now. And then we'll just do it from here. So little bend in the knees, reach out and up towards the ceiling, and then come down through center. Just inviting a nice energy of balance and grace and ease in the body for the rest of your day or your night or your summer or your winter or your fall or your spring, for the rest of your life. Enjoy. These are always available to you. Take good care. See you again.